Gardening today is often about speed, convenience, and flashy fertilizers, but what if the key to a thriving garden wasn't a new product at all, but wisdom buried in centuries-old soil practices? Ancient gardeners understood the subtle art of keeping soil alive, vibrant, and self-sustaining. One of their most remarkable techniques was living mulch, a method that modern gardeners can revive to transform soil health, increase yields, and create resilient gardens without constant chemical inputs. Living mulch isn't just covering soil, it's about creating a micro-ecosystem above and below the ground. Ancient farmers knew that bare soil is vulnerable, it dries, erodes, and loses fertility. They interplanted certain plants directly into the garden beds, letting them grow alongside crops. These companion plants weren't random, they were carefully chosen too. Media group of companion plants in garden bed with visible beneficial insects, close-up of clover or legumes fixing nitrogen in soils, stock, distribute equally, improve soil structure, attract beneficial insects, fix nitrogen, and suppress weeds naturally. Every plant had a role. This approach meant the soil was never truly bare, and life within it thrived year-round. The genius of living mulch lies in its dual purpose. Above ground, it shades the soil, reducing evaporation and maintaining a stable temperature. Below ground, the roots foster a complex web of microbial life, feeding fungi and bacteria that make nutrients available for your main crops. Unlike dead mulch, which breaks down slowly, living mulch continuously renews itself, creating a living barrier that keeps your garden ecosystem in balance. Not every plant works as living mulch. Ancient gardeners knew to pick low-growing, fast-spreading species that wouldn't compete aggressively with the main crop for nutrients or water. Clover, vetch, and certain grasses are excellent modern stand-ins. Clover, for example, fixes nitrogen in the soil, feeding neighboring plants naturally. Vetch also adds fertility while attracting pollinators. So, a crucial trick is timing. These companion plants really need to establish themselves before your main crops grow too large. You'll want to plant them early and give them a chance to form a dense mat. This early establishment, prevents weeds from taking hold, reduces erosion, and makes sure the soil stays covered through all those seasonal changes. Soil preparation is the foundation. Ancient gardeners didn't rely on chemical fertilizers, they actually focused on soil vitality. Start by lightly tilling or loosening the topsoil, but try to avoid deep plowing that can disrupt those important microbial networks. Add organic matter like compost to enrich the soil with nutrients and encourage microbial diversity. Moisture is essential. Damp soil ensures seeds of living mulch germinate evenly. And remember to water gently to settle the seeds without washing them away. One ancient technique worth noting is fermenting a natural soil tonic to boost microbial activity before planting. You can make a simple solution using 1 part aged compost, 3 parts water, and a handful of sugar to feed beneficial microbes. Just stir it and let it sit for 24 hours. Then, apply it directly to the soil before sowing living mulch. This really jumpstarts microbial growth, helping your companion plants integrate more effectively and enrich the soil faster. Once your living mulch is established, care becomes about balance. These plants shouldn't outcompete your main crops. Trim or mow the living mulch occasionally to keep it under control. Doing this encourages more root growth and prevents shading of seedlings. Ancient gardeners practiced subtle observation. They watched how each plant interacted with the soil and their crops, adjusting growth as needed. Watering is another key. Living mulch reduces evaporation, but during dry spells, supplemental watering ensures all layers of your garden remain healthy. Instead of heavy overhead watering, target the base of your plants. This keeps the mulch thriving while feeding your crops efficiently. Above-ground benefits are obvious, but the real magic happens under the soil. Living mulch roots create channels that improve soil aeration and drainage. These roots feed fungi and bacteria, which convert organic matter into nutrients your main crops can use. Over time, this practice builds a resilient soil structure that can recover from drought or heavy rain far better than chemically treated soil. Ancient gardeners understood that soil is alive. They treated it like a garden partner, not just a medium for planting. By fostering this underground network, living mulch allows your garden to sustain itself, reducing dependency on synthetic fertilizers and chemicals. Even with centuries-old wisdom, mistakes are easy to make. A common error is planting living mulch too aggressively. If it overtakes crops, it competes for light and water. Start with smaller sections and observe. Another misstep is neglecting soil nutrition. Living mulch works best in soil with ample organic matter. Without it, plants may struggle and fail to protect the soil effectively. Timing is critical too. Planting living mulch too late in the season gives weeds a chance to establish first. By planting early, you give beneficial plants a head start, creating a natural shield against unwanted growth. Patience pays off. The first season may feel slow, but once established, the living mulch begins working for you year after year. The beauty of this approach is its adaptability. Whether you have a small backyard garden or a larger plot, living mulch can fit seamlessly. Modern gardeners often overlook how much ancient methods can teach us. By applying these techniques, you not only enhance plant health but also restore a part of the natural balance that industrial agriculture often disrupts. Consider experimenting with different plant combinations. Mix clover with low-growing herbs or grasses, observe which blends thrive best in your soil, and rotate crops each season. This mirrors how ancient farmers continually refresh the soil, keeping it fertile and resilient. The more you engage with your garden this way, the more intuitive and rewarding the process becomes. Living mulch isn't a one-season fix. It's actually an investment in soil health that, well, compounds over time. You'll notice fewer weeds, better moisture retention, and healthier, more productive crops. Over several seasons, the soil becomes rich in organic matter, teeming with life. Gardens become self-sustaining ecosystems, requiring less maintenance and, honestly, fewer chemical interventions. This is the promise of reviving ancient soil wisdom, a garden that nurtures itself, a soil that regenerates naturally, and plants that thrive in harmony with their environment. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the oldest techniques are really the most effective. If you want a garden that feels alive and productive, start experimenting with living mulch. Plant companion species, enrich your soil with natural compost teas, and just observe the intricate dance happening below your feet. This isn't just gardening, it's participating in a legacy of soil stewardship that, honestly, spans generations. For everyone watching Soil Sage Chronicles, take this knowledge and apply it this season. Your soil will thank you, your plants will flourish, and your garden will transform into a thriving ecosystem. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on ancient and modern soil wisdom, and share these insights with fellow gardeners. The secrets of living mulch are just too powerful to keep to yourself.